Hi, everyone. So I just wanted to take you through the document that I sent home for home learning. It's a Google Slides document. I've tried to make it as easy to navigate as possible. So I'm hoping that it's something that can work well for you and for your child. Um, and I've just made a couple of changes from the last time you looked at it. So this is the page that you're going to see when you first open the document. I'll also embed this video right on the first page. So if you ever need sort of a how-to on how to use it, you can always go right back to there. The blue arrows down at the bottom will take you back and forth. The home button will take you to this first page right here where I've got some concepts that you can review at home, as well as a link to our class schedule. So every day, students should be reviewing sight words, sounds, some math concepts, and reading. Reading will become more important after Christmas once we start doing guided reading, but it is good for them to kind of look at the shared reading book that we do in class together. And then a few times a week, if you can, they can look at the daily routine, some of the language structures that we're working on, and some of the thematic vocabulary that we're working on. If your child is still struggling with the alphabet in French, they can do some review here. And if you would like them to listen to some extra songs in French, there is a link to some thematic songs here, but those are optional. In order to go to the subject that you want to look at, these two buttons up here are not linked. So this is just telling you what I'd like you to review every day or what you should maybe review a few times a week. The blue buttons are linked and these purple buttons in the middle are also linked. So if I want to look at my sight words, I can click here. It will take me to another page where I can click on two options. So if you click on this blue box, it will take you to the new words that we are learning this week. If you click on the purple box, it will take you to the different lists of words for the words on the ring that I send home. So as your child progresses through those, they can move through the different word lists. So if I click here, it'll take me to the videos of the words for this week. I've also included some for when we were at home doing distance learning, just in case you'd like to review those with your child. I can go back home, go back to my sight words. If I want to go to the colored word lists, I can click here. And if you click on these, it will take you to the list that your child is currently working on. So if they're working on red, you can click here. It'll take you to a list of all the words on the ring, and then some of the sentences as well. If you want to go back to the word list, there's a gray button here that'll take you back. For my sounds, I've got a single page. We're doing multiple sounds this week, but most weeks it will just be one or two. There is a link for the song for the sound, and then there's a book for the sound as well that they can listen to. For math, they can listen to the song for numbers 1 to 100, and there are links here for a math playground, and then some additional counting songs. And then reading, this is where I'll be putting shared reading books, and in the future I'll be putting the guided reading book that they'll do after Christmas here as well. So they can listen, they can repeat. If they need to pause to repeat, they can. And then a few times a week, there is a link to what we look at in our daily routine. You can see that some of the videos are a little bit slow to load, but I think if you're familiar with some of this that we've already done before, you know that if you're patient, they will all load. So some of the things we do during our daily routine are here. Language structure, and I'll tell you each week what we're working on. Right now, we're still working on some October language structures. We've been talking about animals, so if you go down to week 4, click on week 4, it'll take you to the different language structures that we're working on right now. If you want to go back to October, you can just click here and it'll take you right back. I can go home again by clicking the home button, and then some thematic vocabulary. So as we progress through the year, we'll be looking at different themes and talking about different vocabulary. So right now we're looking at animals. So if I click here, it'll take me to a video with some thematic vocabulary for animals. And if I want to go back to my thematic vocabulary, I can just click here. If your child still needs some review for the alphabet, this will take them there, and there's some videos here where they can practice the alphabet. And if you need reference for how to say the letters in French, that's there. And the same thing with some songs. So if you click here, it'll take you to just some different songs that we listen to every day, but that's some optional stuff if you want something extra. If you want to do things that are not online, there are lots of great things you can do. Practicing your words on the ring, um, practicing numbers both in and out of sequence, practicing letters both in and out of sequence are all great things to do. Plus one, minus one, lots of great things that they can do at home. Oh, and there's my daily schedule. That'll just take me back home. So there are lots of things that they can do at home. There's lots of options, and I'll probably be sending some different options throughout the year, but this is just a little walkthrough of how to use this particular document, and I hope it was helpful.